Welcome to the Backyard Professor Chess videos. It's late at night and I have no business playing chess tonight. I've had a rough day moving an 800-pound fireproof safe from one building to another in a completely different location, loading it up in the van and then unloading it with my coworker. It's been wet, rainy, cold. Oh, okay, now that's all my complaining, right? So, yeah, make an excuse. Okay, I played a game tonight. I have no business playing chess when I'm really tired like this, okay? So, but I have goals that I have to play so many games a day and so on and so forth, and I'm falling a little bit behind, and so I'm trying to play catch up. Well, I had a game that I want to share with you because there are some important lessons here that are really critical. I'm going to show you the electronic version because I really can't stay up much later, but I do want to share this with you tonight. My point is we're all going to make blunders. We all do. That is how this game works. We all make blunders, and yet they can be very instructive. So let's take a look. I'm going to bop the queen pawn out there, and you got it, Jobava London on the way. Let's make this happen. Now, what am I supposed to do with this? I've been watching the Romanian international master, Alex Bonzi. I love that kid. He's so cool. He's funny. He's ingenious with chess. But I don't recall watching what to do in this particular Fianchetto Bishop opening with the Jobava London. So I do know I have put the bishop out. Okay, so I've got the Jobava out, and here comes the knight. Okay, so I do need to bump the E because I want to open my bishop. Yeah, potentially to here also, depending on what he does here with the pawns. Yes, depending what he does with the knight, you know. But this I don't know quite how to handle. So let's see what he does. Okay, now he is bumping, of course, letting his dark squared bishop come out at me, pinning my knight. So at this point in time, now he's shown me he's shown what to do when the light squared bishop comes to here. But I don't recall seeing a Fianchetto bishop. So to make a long story short, I'm going to go ahead and play this opening as if the bishop came to here. And I know this probably isn't the safest way to do this. The Jobava London, this particular opening I'm using, this is not a universal opening for no matter what black plays. I'm just saying that. And I'm aware of this, but I've got a game to play before bedtime. And doggone it, I'm hoping I can do decent here. I'm hoping my general chess principles are going to come into play. And of course, he's being conservative. He's going to castle. He's going to bop the knight up here. He's going to push the pawn, and he's going to kick my derriere. So what do I do? What do I do? First, rules first. Develop. Now, in the Jobava London, again, don't castle short. True, I'm pulling my king bishop out, and but you need to castle long. Okay, so not good to castle short in the Jobava. Oh, okay, so now this is the first conundrum, and actually it's not just one blunder in this game. This was the first blunder, and I made a really bad nasty one here in just a few more moves. But what's he doing moving the knight again? I want to keep this bishop. Okay, so I'm in a bad case scenario, right? So I'm going to come back to here. And if he does take, then I take. And that gives me the open H file. I mean, it's obvious he's going to castle kingside, right? So I'm going to at least have the rook file open here, but I'm not going to have my dark squared bishop. I want the dark squared bishop because I have ideas of going here and then here. And that provides some really juicy options for clobbering this guy, right? This is a really popular way to do the Jobava if They play it goofy as black, and so far he has, except for this knight right here on the edge on h5. I haven't seen this, so what do? All right, I'm going to back down. And at this point, I'm expecting him to take my dark squared bishop so I don't have all these fun and games with the c7. Okay, so, all right, that was a fun effort and a try. He castled. I go, hey, wait. He castled. So let's do this. Let's do this. Hey, he pushed the pawn. Let's do this. Let's do this. Now, here's my first lesson in tactics. And I know what an amateur, what a rookie, what a wannabe, what an idiot I was. I went ahead and put the knight there, thinking, hey, baby, I'm going to get me a rook. Kablam. And I'm going, oh my gosh. I'm starting this game a piece down already. All right. All right. Sit back. Yell a little. My only consolation is I do have the H file open, but now I'm playing down a piece. All right. Okay, look. Optimistically, I've got a strong center. Yeah, there's some tension here. There's some tension here. That's true, but I've got a good bishop here. But he's way outdeveloped me. So I'm not feeling comfortable. So look at this. Free gift, right? So I'm forced to develop my knight here to guard the pawn, but I do get another piece out. So, okay, I've taken care of one small problem. He's going to bump his H. Now, at this point in time, I got thinking, okay, look, I own this diagonal. I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to do the battery again. What you do is you bop the bishop back to here. And then you bring the queen up to here and go checkmate the king. I mean, piece of cake. I've got the center firmly in control. Or do I? Clever. That's also an unguarded pawn. All right, but I solved this issue with the knight, but this is the target. How do I protect that pawn? Well, that's easy. Push it. Now look at my pawn structure, man. I've got pretty good central control. He's hitting air, not a big deal. He's got the dark squares. He's obviously got the dark squares, but the problem is he's got the dark squares. Let me show you what I mean. I mean, right? There you go. Blap your bishop right in the middle of my territory, and this is extremely annoying. And I'm going, yeah, now if I would have at least been half awake at this point, oh my goodness. That was the move I had to do, right? But I decided I'm going to go ahead and go for the battery. Get the queen up here, push the pawn. Hey, it'll give me a good pawn chain here to block out the queen, right? And then he muffs it up by taking it. Now this, I'm telling you, that's an extremely strong setup in my territory, right in front of my beloved king. But it doesn't affect my ability to put the battery together. So let's block out the queen. Now, this was just silly. I'm tired, right? Is this like give away your pawns night? I mean, what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. That's the problem. But instead, he brings another piece to the foyer. Now, of course, he's coming to here and then here. He's going to attack my battery, of course, right? So let's hot foot it. Okay, checkmate one move. This game's over. Yes. Blessed be the gods. Okay, well, he's opening it up, so let's try it anyway. I think I can get him. Nope. Can't do it. Let's go check anyway. I get the pawn, and I can come to here, check next, but, you know, It's only a queen, and I've said several videos, you just cannot just attack with just the queen, right? It doesn't work. You're not going to make it. So here's, again, another piece. I need to start taking my own advice, right? Okay, here we go. Here come the shenanigans. Yeah. When I looked at this, I thought, I was going to do something stupid like move my rook to here. No, you don't have to. You leave this unguarded for one thing. But no, you don't have to play passive defense, right? Besides, the bishop's got that square covered. So, no. Instead, this pawn is, this pawn is pinned. So bring another piece. Yeah, okay. Now this is looking better. Okay, a queen and a bishop. I'm good. I'm good with this. I like this very much. And of course, yeah, he's going to guard the, queen to here and good night, sir. But the rook doesn't stop this. Thanks to this pawn. Now, he hasn't bothered to take the pawn. I tried to give it to him like an idiot. But so I've got this option. So maybe I think there's too many squares for him to run to still. Yeah. I didn't have enough pieces. Again, I just don't have enough pieces. Look, this is very annoying. This is very annoying. He's got a better attack on me right now than I do on him. I need more of my army in here, right? And he's got the queen coming bearing down. There's another free pawn. I'm just not playing very well, right? So let's get this show on the road. Let's do the rook. Let's do the rook. I threw my pawn up there. I took the bishop here to open up the H-file, use it, put the rook in. Now I've got 3 pieces. Okay, I'm feeling better until he makes his next move. And, you just kind of go, really? I didn't see that. Yeah, I lost the bishop. The pawn is no longer pinned. Carry. Hello, McCarry. Yeah, I'm kind of shaking my head and I'm going, okay, but look, I can pin the rook. Now the rook can't take, but the rook can take here. So what I'm going to have at best is an exchange of rooks, and sure enough, as sugar sweet, he comes check with an intermezzo move first. He put it at D3 instead. Okay, I would have thought he wanted to go to C2 and get the rook. So I do the convenient one-step side shuffle. No more check. And he takes the rook. So he's got it so that I can no longer castle. And notice this rook is still not off his square, his home square. This is taboo. I never got castled. That is taboo, but in this game, I just never got to it because I was busy attacking. So here I've got my rook exchange, but I can't just swoop over here and get the other rook. It's way well too guarded. That's out of the question. King up, what do? You go check. Again, the problem, I'm down to 1 attacking piece. This isn't going to work, but I can blow out his king side, right? But it's not gonna work. So I see the free piece. Now I'm down. I have 3 and he's got 5 because I blundered the one piece in the opening and then I've sacrificed another one and to no avail. So I decided to let's catch up a piece for the moment. Besides, it's bearing down on my king, right? So let's just catch up a piece and hope for the best. And yeah. See, what am I doing leaving that pawn that way, right? I'm attacking when I had no business attacking. What do I do? Okay, all right. Maybe I do know how to play this game a smidgen. Bump the pawn up, protect, and sure enough. Okay, now, Carry. He's used his rook. By golly, don't you dare leave that rook on that A square. No, sir, you use it. And here's my second blunder. Here's my bad blunder that really boiled me. It was at this point, it was at this point that, like Alekin, when he lost to, I think it was like Spielman or Nimzovich, something, he grabbed his king, rolled across the room at the wall. Why do I have to lose to these amateurs? He was so flippin' mad. That's how I felt. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. So, I mean, it sucks to be me at this point. Because he gets the rook. And I can't afford this. He is still a piece up. I do not want to lose any more pieces. Then I better learn how to play this game better. And now look at the position of my queen, babysitting, blockading, hardly a glorious future, and my knight way back here on the first rank. He's got a battery that's coming in hot and heavy. He's got a bishop to sack in order to open up the position and attack my queen. This is just not good. This is not a good setup. So I'm in trouble. And he comes to here. I say, okay, now look, what's my worst piece? Of course, the knight. Well, and I mean the king. We're in the end game. And I noticed something else. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on now. I have way more pawns. Yeah, I've got double pawns, but I can use that to my advantage. They're passed. This one's a passed pawn. That's a free bird right there. But the problem is I don't have a rook to put behind it. So I can escort it in with the king, the queen, and the knight, right? No, because in an end game, to make it easier on yourselves, if you can at all possible do this, you really need to exchange queens. And I can't afford to. What do I do? Keep the faith. At least put your knight up there and get it in the middle. All of them say that, right? Get your pieces in the middle. Okay, I'm going to attempt that. And then look at this. The move I didn't expect. I thought he was going to do a bishop sack. Why? The pawn push is so much better. Yikes. I'm in trouble here. He is breaking through, and he's got this battery straight to my king. Yes, I've got the square protected with the knight, but not a good situation. However, that's a free pawn. And it is the center D4 pawn. I've always been told, hey, if you can take center pawns, take them. So, okay, I'm in the end game, and I'm getting whooped here. But notice something. I have been placing my pawns on light squares because that's the color of his bishop. And now he's moved his own pawn up here. Of course, he's going to break through, right? But this bishop isn't actually all that good. Look how limited that bishop is. So, in a way, because of the way I place my pawns against his bishop, it's like I'm playing with the queen and knight, and he's playing with the queen and the rook, but I have more pawns. So I'm okay. I'm cautiously optimistic, and then I notice something else. Do you see the tactic I've got? Man, this is really cool. I hope you're seeing this tactic. Because now my friend my good friend Jonathan Current and I are playing behind the scenes. And he advised me several days ago. He said, Kerry, you need to start doing tactical puzzles. So I have been doing tactical puzzles on a daily basis. And I see a tactic here. I see a tactic here. Knight takes pawn, check. Forking the king and queen. And the pawn can't take because the queen is pinning it. Woohoo! But it's not my turn. What's he do? He takes. Now, yeah, he's hitting my queen. That's not the issue. This and this. Now that the knight's gone, this square is available. And I don't have enough oomph to come up to here and escape. I'm going to be on this side of these pawns. So this is not looking good. What I missed, and I just noticed this just before I started playing this game, I played through it again. I took with the pawn, okay? I took with pawn. But I could have taken the pawn already. I could have went ahead and taken the queen, right? I actually, yeah, I'd have got the queen and then the rook would have came and got the knight. So I would have had the queen against the rook and the bishop. But I've got the extra pawns. So that might have, that could have been okay. That could have been good. I retook with the pawn and then he moved the queen. And I'm going, oh, dude. All right. Yeah, he saw it. So I can't fork the queen, but I see a checkmate. And this is when I had to sit back. I'm telling you, blunders suck. And unfortunately, I'm half mad sometimes through half my games because of my ridiculously amateur play, right? I really have to iron this out. And I'm telling myself that. Maybe I'm putting too much pressure on myself. I don't know. I'm playing too late at night, that's for sure. Especially after a hard day at work. I know it sounds like I'm making excuses because I am making excuses. But if you make a blunder, and I know this is so hard to do sometimes, just stop and look at the board and go, okay, yeah, I'm human. I erred. You know, to err is human, to R is pirate, as I said on one of my new shorts. So now you've got it twice if you saw the short. But if you look at this, I've still got the tactic. Check. Once again, I've got another pawn. So he's greatly outnumbered pawn-wise. Now, of course, I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose some pawns. But I can strengthen my pawn chain if I need to. These guys are completely weak, of course. The A and C, realistically, I'm going to lose them. And these guys are doubled. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not all roses and guns. Hey, come on. They played a few good songs if you like the rock and roll, you know. Check, and he moves. And now, because the pin is off, the knight is being attacked, so I have to move my knight. No. Wrong answer. Get your queen closer. I get to cover my knight, and I get to attack the king. Check. That's a much stronger move. King up. Check. That pawn, that when the queen was here, it never bothered to take. The queen is here, and it still hasn't bothered to take. is really saving my bacon. So hallelujah, praise the Lord, and pass the mustard. We're looking pretty good here. Yeah, baby. There's only one square you can go to. I've got these squares covered with the knight, right? Blam. Checkmate. Woo hoo. I'm down a piece. I have blundered. I did not play a very good game here. I left way too many weaknesses. I never got castled. My king is entirely exposed. That's why I had to do strong forcing moves, because bishop here starts checking me. He gains the initiative because he has a free reign with his queen, and his rook's going to come through, and yet my queen and my knight and my pawn prevailed because I made the forcing moves. So, fun game. Pure luck with just a smidgen of skill. I've got a long way to go. I've got to learn how to control my passion for blunders in my games. I really do. They suck and I hate them. And so, but I mean, it's a process, you know. You got to learn step by step. But every game is a lesson. But don't prematurely resign. Keep looking at all the angles on the chessboard if you can. See, I looked far more sharper at the end of the game than I did during the middle. After I blundered that rook, I said, oh my gosh. And then I began to look at each and every piece. Well, that's what I should have been doing in the first place. But like I say, it's late and I am tired, and now I'm really tired, so I'm probably just rambling a whole bunch of incoherent nonsense of intellectual dubity. So I'm going to quit now, but hey, a game is a game and a win is a win. And I'm happy about the win. Again, I'm between 30 and 40% right now against level 4. And I was not expecting to be this far with level 4, but I'm not kidding you guys. The games I'm losing on level 4, gadzooks, they're atrocious. They're horrible. I am just absolutely getting blown off the board. But I'm not just losing 10 in a row anymore. Every session of 10 games of chess, I'm winning between 3 and 4. I'm counting that as progress. So there's your game for the day, or the night, I should say. You guys will probably all watch this tomorrow. I have got to quit and go to bed. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all your patronage. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you being interested enough in my chess to watch it. I hope I've got good instructional chess. You can learn from my mistakes. That's not my concern. My concern is, can I learn from my mistakes? I'm working on it, right? So you guys, be good. Thank you. I will see you soon in the next chess video, where I hopefully soon show you another win on level 5. Although realistically, seriously, I'm expecting to be on level 4. I mean, I don't want to move on from level 4 to level 5 without mastering level 4 at least 90%, right? I want to have 9 out of 10 wins instead of 4 out of 10 wins. So I suspect I'll be on level 4 for a few more months. February and March minimum. It's not going to surprise me. I'm telling you, the middle game of level 4 sometimes just boggles my mind how strong it is. It is relentless. It reminds me of Alekin and Magnus Carlsen, man. It's blows my mind. So anyway, now I am rambling. I apologize. So you guys go to bed. I'm going to bed. I love y'all, but I got to go. I will see you soon. Woohoo!